Another day in Congress and another push by the Republican-led House of Representatives to repeal some of D.C.'s crime laws. Today, GOP leaders are looking at changing how D.C. appoints judges and how police pursue suspects. They're scheduled to vote on these measures in about 45 minutes. Matt Gregory live inside the Capitol this afternoon. Matt, what does it look like will happen here?
I mean, if last night's any indication, Annie, of what's going to happen with the D.C. crime laws, it's not about whether or not they'll pass. It's more likely how many Democrats will go across the aisle to vote with Republicans. We saw quite a bit of that last night. Now, as far as today's rules or today's bills that are being discussed, Democrats say, listen, this is a power grab. They're trying to get more, Republicans are, and the president from D.C., whereas Republicans say they're just trying to make D.C. safe again. So let's take you through kind of what's going on today. The first bill is one that would get rid of the commission that actually nominates judges for D.C. This is both Superior and Court of Appeals judges. Now, the power would instead go to the president if the bill passes. Right now, the district is actually short on judges and has been since about 2013. D.C. leaders say this is because the U.S. Senate has been dragging its feet on appointments. Now, the interesting part of the debate today on this measure was the Texas congressman who wrote the bill, or was the main sponsor. He seemed to misspeak about which judges this would impact the most, and a Democrat had to remind him this would, in fact, yes, impact judges who oversee criminal courts in D.C.
I think in the argument it's important to note that these are not just local judges that we are talking about. They don't handle any matter that is related to a ticket.
They have the same jurisdiction as state and local judges. That is what actually the bill presented says. These are local judges. They're not circuit judges. They're not federal judges.
All right, so that's the first bill. It seems, as you can see, there to be a little bit of misunderstanding. The second bill that's voted on would deal with police pursuits in D.C. Now, currently officers cannot do car chases unless a violent crime has been committed or the driver is putting other lives in danger. Now, Republicans contended today that this holds police officers back and it creates a pro-crime atmosphere. But police pursuits in a small, dense city like D.C., this is according to Democrats and D.C. leaders, results in innocent tragedies,
which impose a host of restrictions on police pursuit of criminal suspects. In doing so, the D.C. Council essentially made it illegal for police to pursue and apprehend criminals.
Police officers are inherently dangerous, not just for officers and suspects, but for bystanders too. And often there are other options to detain a suspect.
So let me just clarify right there what Eleanor Holmes Norton, the non-voting delegate of D.C., was saying. She was saying police pursuits is what she meant to say. Police pursuits are inherently dangerous, she believed, to police officers. Now, the vote on both of these bills is coming up around 5:20, 5:30, and we will be here inside the Capitol getting the latest and breaking down what the reaction is and what happens next. Should these bills, along with the two we saw last night, go forward? Where does that put D.C.'s laws, and how long until the Senate would hear these? That'll be coming up tonight around 6 o'clock or so. We'll have more information. But for now, inside the Capitol, I'm Matt Gregory. Back to you.
Matt, thanks. A lot to unpack there on Capitol.